you still have a happy marriage. And that is, you need to quit nagging about, you don't call me anymore, you don't check up on me anymore, you don't tell me I'm beautiful, and join him in achieving his other projects. If you want to stay relevant in a man's life, you have to be in his face. Okay, so if you know that he has other projects, things he's dreaming about, he wants to build his house, you need to help. Okay, that's what you are here for. Bible says that Adam had work, then God sent the woman to be a helpmeet. He needed a helper that was suitable for him and adaptable to him, a helper that was comparable to him. So if you want to stop that, or rather solve that problem of feeling like, oh, my husband doesn't pay attention to me anymore, then get interested in the things he's interested in. Join him in achieving the next project. Okay, so the first mistake we make is thinking we're the project, that the world revolves around us, that his marriage is going to be about us. Listen. Marriage is never about what you can get. It's always about what you can give. So when God made woman, he never said, I'm making the woman so she can go and enjoy. That's a byproduct. Of course you expect her to enjoy your marriage. Of course your husband is supposed to be a blessing to you. Of course your husband is supposed to spoil you when he has a chance to. But thinking that you are the sole reason why marriage was set up is going to be a huge disappointment for you. If anything, it can cause you to even get depressed. So you are not the project. Deal with it. Stop acting like you are. Okay, and help him achieve his other projects. So that's the first mistake married women make, thinking that they're the project, that the world revolves around them, that everything should be about them. Move on, okay? Give your husband a break. He has other dreams, he has other goals. You were just one, maybe the major one that should help him achieve all the others, okay? So number 2 mistake that married women always make, like I said, remember, I'm on your side. I am totally on your side. So please don't tune off, because these days I hear a lot of women complain, everything is about women, everything about women. The truth is, if you sit there and say everything about women, what about men? Nothing's going to be done. The Bible says that your own obedience must be complete before you can avenge disobedience. So if you go to God and say, my husband is not doing this, God's going to say, what about you? You know, one of the things God taught me this a long time ago. I read the story of where Jesus was talking to Peter and was telling him that when you get older, you would be held by the hand and you would die. And you know, Jesus was describing how Peter was going to die and how he was going to suffer death. And Peter said to Jesus, he looked at Jesus and he saw the Apostle John, the disciple Jesus loved, you know, sitting beside Jesus, and he said, what about him? And Jesus didn't say, this one is going to die. Like, no, Jesus said, what is it to you? What's your business? You follow me. It doesn't matter what he does or what's going to happen to his life. What's important is you, what I'm saying to you. So when you go to God and say, my husband is doing, my husband, God will say, you, have you done your bit? Do your own first, and I would fight for you, okay? So the second thing, like I said, is supporting the wrong decision. Married women do this a lot. Hey, he's my husband, what am I supposed to do? You are supposed to tell him the truth. That's what you are there for. You should be the voice of reason in your husband's life. Your husband wants to kill somebody, will you follow him? Your husband wants to steal, will you follow him? So let's stop supporting wrong decisions under the guise of submission. All of a sudden, when submission is a good enough excuse or something we can hide under, then we say, oh, I'm submitting. But if you say submit, you fight. Why must women submit? Why must women submit? Stop supporting wrong decisions. I always jokingly tell my friends, I say bad wife is bad. If a man has a bad wife, it is very bad. A woman that cannot tell him the truth. The man wants to go mad, you support all his decisions. He wants to do this, you say it's okay, you are the best. You're not telling him that this thing you do is bad. Stop disrespecting your boss. Stop stealing money from the company. Stop, you're encouraging him. When you are slaving away there, please, it's our turn to be blessed. No, look at the story of Ananias and Sapphira. I totally believe that they could have saved each other's life. If his wife had said to him, this plan that you've come up with, that we should steal the money we promised God, let's not do it too, my hand is not there. If she had said that, she just agreed. Submissive wife. It's the man said, it's our money. How would they know? How would they know if we don't tell them everything that we made? And they sold the property. Peter said, when the property was yours, did anybody force you to give us? So why have you lied against the Holy Spirit? He fell down and died. His wife came in a few minutes later. Did you bring all the money that you were supposed to bring? She said, yes, so. My husband brought everything. They said, I said, listen, the people that went to bury your husband, listen for their footsteps. They're at the door. They will carry you out now. She fell down and died as well. Why? Because he was supporting rubbish. If your husband is doing something wrong, be able to stand up for the truth. I hear a lot of my women say things like, I don't want trouble, I want peace, so I will not tell him. So you allow him self-destruct. You allow your husband make stupid mistakes because you don't want trouble. That's what you are there for. You are there to trouble his trouble. You are there to make sure that his life turns out good. I always tell women, listen, you determine the legacy your husband leaves for your children. If your husband is doing something wrong and you don't speak up, your sons will see it and say it's okay. Your daughters will see it and say it's okay. Your daughters will think that that's how marriage should be. But if you tell him and find a nice way to tell him, your husband comes up with a crazy decision. Let's not give our tithe. Or a crazy decision. I want to plan and steal money from my office, and you say, as far as you don't catch, are you all right? Are you all right? Your job is to support your husband when he's making the right decisions and to correct him when he's not, prayerfully and respectfully correct him when he's not. My husband knows I'm the number one person that will tell him the truth. If he lies, you squeeze his face on tomorrow, I'll just be petting him. Sorry now, so I'm not telling the truth. You don't want to tell you the truth. Oh yeah, sorry now. Oh yeah, come let me kiss you. Oh yeah, come let me pet you. Oh yeah, sorry now. But I've told him, oh, he knows I have told him the truth. Okay, so so many married women do these things. He's disrespectful to his parents, you support him. He's maltreating his younger ones, you support him. One day, you know, they always say it. Like I said to you, I grew up around Proverbs a lot. The cane they used to flog the first wife, they've kept it for the second wife somewhere. So you are thinking that he's dealing with his family, it's not affecting me, and you're not telling him the truth. That he's disrespectful, that he's rude, that he's a baby, that everybody around him in the office is complaining. When he gets home, you tell him, say, no, they are the problem. How can everybody be a problem except him? You need to tell him the truth. So you're not correcting all these things, and tomorrow, when he decides to use those things on you, you start complaining. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Does not work that way. So whatever you are encouraging and enabling, just remember that one day will fall on your side. So as married women, we must make sure that we tell our husbands the truth. We must be the voice of reason. Like I said, you must be respectful, you must be prayerful, but you must always speak up for the truth. You must always speak up for the truth. So don't support your husband when he's doing the wrong thing. The third mistake that married women make is the mistake of familiarity. Hey, and this one, everybody is guilty, even me. Let me tell you the truth now, even me. And you know why? It's so easy to fall into that thing of familiarity, or that mistake, because you are the one person that sees your husband at his lowest, when he's in his boxers, when he has not brushed his teeth, when he has not had a bath. So he can be a king outside, but when he comes, he's just a boy. You know, just a boy. So you've seen him at his weakest, when he's sick and he's crying like a baby, or when you've seen him at every single point, as in, like Nigerians would say, that's not to see finish. You know, and that's exactly what happens a lot of times, because you've been married to this man for a while, you've seen every side to him, then you forget that you should honor him as your king and as your husband. So you speak to him anyhow, he annoys you, shout at him, things you would probably not do before you got married. When you get married, you say, what? I've been managing it since, so I can't take it anymore. No, it's a huge mistake. You know why? Because respect is one of the major needs of every man. Every single man needs respect. Every man wants to be the king of his castle. And the truth is, the king must be venerated. He must be worshipped. Anytime, every single man that I know, every single man wants to be king of his castle. So you can't tell a man in his own house, you just come and you're shouting at him, screaming at him. Every man wants to be treated like a king. And I've learned that if you treat a man like a king, he will treat you like a queen. So most times, because we feel that this man, I've lived with him since I know him, I can talk to him, we forget that God is the one watching when it comes to marriage. Let me give you an example. When I learned this lesson early in marriage. My husband did something, I think it was the first year. Yeah, must have been the first year of our marriage. My husband did something, can't remember what it was, but it mustn't have been anything too serious. But I was upset. So I went to my prayer room and I was praying. Okay, let me be honest. I was supposed to be praying. I was complaining. So I was there complaining. God, I'm not going to take this. And for I don't know if it was the first time. Maybe the first time in our marriage, I literally heard the audible voice of God. How dare you? How dare you? It's because I gave you my son. I ran out, as in, I've told this story many times. I ran out of the bedroom like somebody was chasing me. I'm like, what? It's like, you must treat him with honor. Do you understand, first of all, that this is your man of God? I said, okay, see why I didn't want to marry pastor. I don't like problem. But I learned over time that no matter how angry I am with my husband, he can attest to this. No matter how